Welcome to Drumard Farm episode 26 with me, MrSealyp. 34,543 in sold milk. That's not bad. And I would think momentarily it will then come up with what my costs have been. I feel very uncomfortable. Why is that cow staring at me? It's probably asleep actually. It's very off-putting. The others all laid down. Well, not all of them, but quite a lot. There we go. So 9,000, 1,400, 6,800. I am now actually making money. Animal upkeep 6,800. Vehicle running cost 9,000. Loan interest, I've got to get rid of that loan. That's a lot of interest, but I made money. So we're actually doing alright. A few more cows and overnight we shouldn't lose anything. Happy days. Morning has arrived on Drumard. Field number 2, that's where I am. Yep, field number 2, which we harvested. And as you can see, we sold everything. It needs to be ploughed because it's a new field and it hasn't been done. So I'm going to set a worker off ploughing that. I need to bale field, or the multi-numbered field. I need to harvest field 32. The lights will automatically come on with a work up if it's before 6 o'clock. So that's now cracking on ploughing. Let's have a quick look. Field, yeah, field 32. I've got the harvest already over there, that's ready to start harvesting. Field 16 is now ready, but that's going to need work after it's been harvested as well, because that was a new field and hadn't been ploughed. So we've got a lot of field work to do today. I'm going to go and grab the baler. I'm not going to do it with the Quadro Pack V and do stacks of 4. I'm going to probably lease the auto stacker and whiz around very quickly, because I'm going to need to start making total mixed ration again, because the cows used up most of what we have. Which means I'm going to need silage bales or silage, and I'm going to need hay, so I'm going to need to do some grass work as well. So lots to be getting on with. So keep saying so all the time. He's going to carry on doing an absolutely cracking job. Always over to field 32. So, field 32, I think I've got canola in this one. It's trouble when you're chopping and changing maps all over the place. Growth, it is ready to harvest. And I have got, yes, canola in this one, so... Get this cleared up nice and quickly. Weirdly, the price I got for soybean, when I sold it was okay. It was on the lowish side, but the price has gone up. I put the game back on, it's over 2,000 for 1,000, well over, which is kind of odd. So I'm not sure what's happening there, but anyway, I say I'll continue if I don't drive into a hedge. The yield is not going to be huge on this field. It's not a big one. This is one of the ones I did. Well, this is the first field I made myself when I very first started this Let's Play. This may well go into storage actually. Okay, right, set a worker on that as well. I need to go and get to the baler. So this time, just the baler. I'm not going to be using the stacker as well. That'll be finished soon actually. Every now and again you have to just do a load of field work. Trying to think of something a little bit different to stand out. With each episode you try and do something different, something you haven't done before, use a bit of equipment you haven't used before, or something you haven't used for a while. I've said this before, if you do a few different Let's Plays and you start thinking, oh I can't do this, I can't do that, I've used this before, I've used that before, that could be 2 or 3 Let's Plays ago. It could be that somebody or people that are I've just recently subscribed might not have watched that Let's Play at all. So for the regulars, it's a bit kind of, you know, I've seen this as a bit samey. But for some people, they won't have done. So it's a bit of a, like I said before, sort of catch-22. What do you do? But I do need to bail. So let's open this up. Turn it on. Drop the pickup. And let's just whiz around and get this baled. Now I'm not going to need all the bales off this field. This is going to produce a lot of bales. So what I will do is sell all the excess. I might as well. It's all extra money. Seems pointless just ploughing it back into the ground. That's bale number 1. Comes off. Okay. I'll just do up this edge. Turn those off. Don't need the beacons on. And I'll continue. The baling is going very well, as is the ploughing, as you can see opposite. We have got a fair few bales on this. Which I would expect, because it's a fair sized field. Now I needed the wheat in this field because I needed bales. But this is going to be repurposed for soybean again. Becomes quite a common theme on most of these maps now. If you want to plant a crop that's going to make you money, soybeans are the one to go for. That's it. The multi-numbered field is done. I'll check in a second, see how many bales we've got. There'll be a few, but not quite enough for another complete one. Okay, let's turn it off. Unload. Just the one. That is so frustrating. Never mind. Fold that up. So we'll release the auto stack and clear these. Quick look in the menu. Created bales this session 74. Wow, okay, I'll probably need a couple of stacks of those, so maybe 30 odd. Yeah, 32. The rest I will sell. The 32 I'm going to put over at Drumard Arable in the yard, because when I'm mixing up the power food and storing it over there, it makes sense to mix it, store it, do it all in one place rather than mixing it, transporting it, then storing it. So all the bales will go there and we'll work on it from that point. Field 2 isn't quite finished ploughing, but I believe field 32 has finished with its harvest. And now for something different. I'm over at the store again, and I need to reseed field 2. It's been ploughed, I've now sprayed it, fertiliser spread it with, or it's spread, not sprayed. And rather than go for the standard seeder, I thought I'd try something different. I've picked up a front cultivator. I haven't used one before. This is a modded one. This is a Kerner. It's got a long old number, name and number, this one. FPCW6530. It's a front cultivator, 3 metres wide. And I thought, again, it's a relatively small map, it's a relatively small field, I'll try something a little bit different. So I've gone for the in-game one. This isn't a mod, and this is the Amazon ED3000 -C or something. So no, that's only a 3 metre seeder, but that will go behind this very, very nicely. The tank capacity on this isn't very big, and if I was just using that as a seeder, I would have the front container on it as well, just to increase the seed capacity. But for the time being, I'm going to give this a bit of a try out. I haven't done this before. I have been having a look, and what I realised, because I'm such an idiot, I ploughed it using the jimper. What I was intending doing was using a combination of part of the Coon pack. I was going to use the DC401, which is a subsoiler, and that can be used instead of ploughing. That will do the same job as a plough. I was going to do that in combination with HR4004, which is a cultivator. So those two together, and they link together very, very nicely, would have given me the ploughing and cultivating in one hit. And I completely forgot. I went and got the plough, got on with it, and forgot to do that. But that will do the same thing, which I might do at a different point. But anyway, let's jump into the tractor, hook these up, fill up the seeder, and we can get this working over on field 2. I can sell the canola that I got off of field 32, and then collect all the bales on the multi-numbered field. Start placing them. Now, I'm thinking as well about how many more episodes I'm going to do on this. I've done a fair bit on this, and I wanted this to be my dairy farm, so I do need to get a load more cows. So I'm considering something not unorthodox, but again something that won't go down very well with everyone, to buy a whole load of cows in one go and increase the herd, which means doing a ton of feed as well. But that's kind of in my head at the moment. So I'm going to get this over and filled up, and then we'll get it working. Well, that's the seed filled up. That is a very small tank. I think I'm probably going to be coming back over to refill this. As per usual, the fertiliser's way more. Don't know why. Should be the other way around. Okay, let's get this to field 2 and let it stretch its legs. So let's see how this works. So I'm not sure, in all honesty. Right, front one. Drop it down. So that should cultivate. Seems to be. Back. Turn it on. Got some things turning. Drop that down. So there we go. If we look here, the front section is cultivating as it goes. Then we get to here, seeding's beginning. So, front cultivator, rear seeder, combination of the two together. Nice. I'm not sure how well it's going to turn around at the end of the field. Okay. It's going to take a little while to do this field because it's, you know, it's small equipment, but it's not a huge field. It'll take a little while. I'll let that carry on doing its thing. I'm pretty sure it's going to run out of seed very, very quickly. So just a bit of housekeeping while I was waiting for the seeder to run out of seed, and it didn't take too long. So my plan, my idea, is rather than take the seeder to the seed point, bring the seed to the seeder. Well, hopefully this is going to work. We will soon see. There we go. Didn't take a lot. Whoa! What happened there? I was hoping that would fall off. Okay. Set that on its way. How weird was that? Okay, well. Note to self, make sure that it's all lifted off properly in the future. But it did mean it can carry on. If it gets through that in the next third or so of the field, I've still got enough left in here to give it some more. Providing that doesn't happen again, of course. We shall see. Right, now I really am going to go and get the auto stack and get those bales off the field. Get out of the way of this coming back the other way. We'll be fine. I'll just pop this in the corner of the field and then go and get the auto stack. This is a bumpy old field. The canola I just offloaded from the harvester, and then out of the silo what I had left I'm now going to sell. Best price for that is sale area 1, I think it's 1,900 and something for 1,000 litres. So I'm going to offload that, then I'm going to use sale area 1, then I'm going to use the JCB to get the auto stack. $22,000. Yeah, use the JCB to get the auto stack and then start clearing those bales. I thought might as well. That's field 32 cleared now. I'll park the trailer up and come back for that later on. I'll put it across 2 spaces, that way no one should park either side of it. I don't want it getting scratched. Lovely paintwork on my trailer. And jump out quickly. Release the auto stack, which should be in baling technology, which is here. There we go, the Arcusin FSX 6372. 5,600. Well, I need it, so I would normally do all of my baling using the Quadro Pack V and then picking it up using a telehandler and all that kind of thing, but there's a lot of bales in there and I need to do it relatively quickly, and I think I'm going to do a whole big baling session off screen, mowing of as much grass as I possibly can, tedding a load of it for hay bales, and then grass bales which I'll turn into silage bales. Or actually I've got the baler, haven't I, the round baler that automatically does that, so there'll be a lot of that done off screen, and probably the next time on this they'll all be stacked up ready for making some power food. Let's get this over to our multi-numbered field. I'm going to start on this side and then round the top and kind of work my way back, and then hopefully the next time I come out I've got as far to go. So as long as it's short really, I've got to get all the bales off, so it doesn't really matter which way I go, but in my head it kind of makes sense. So look, try this from in-cab, shall we? Would be the first one I do. It's not in a straight line, is it? Of course not. Why would it be easy? Okay. Yeah, I might have made a small mistake here. Missed some. Never mind. Let's get the ones I've got all over the place at the moment. Should have just stayed in a straight line, shouldn't I? Just look in the mirror. There we go. Bottom right hand corner, I'm on 10 bales. I've missed a strip somehow. Let me just nudge this with the wheel. Oh, no, we're not. Okay. 12. Nearly there for our first stack. I'm going to go straight down here in case I missed any. Ah, there we go. Right. Let's carry on. Get 16. Take them over to Drumard. Drumard Arable. So that's the first 16. Going to put them up in the yard at Drumard Arable, ready for making total mix ration and storing it. I'm thinking as well of putting another silo in to increase my holding tank capacity. Might not be a bad idea. So I'm thinking if I put straw bales along the back, maybe hay over the side there, silage somewhere else, turn the beacon off, and then they're all here in the yard, exactly where I need them to be. That at least is the plan. My plans don't always work out the way I hoped they would, but you never know. Hopefully this doesn't tip and fall over the hedge. There we go. So first 16, I'm going to get another stack of those. I have 32 of those. I'll go for 32 silage, and then it's going to mean doing 64 hay, but I'll see what I can do. Then potentially I can make 32 loads of silage in the feed wagon, which can then go into storage. That's the plan. Lots of plans flapping around in my head. Back over to the field, clear the rest of these bales off, and that will probably be it for this episode, I would think. I'm on my third load. I've got 2 loads over at the farm now. This one is the first load that's going to be taken to be sold. Helper D has completed their task, which means field 2 is now seeded, although there are some very peculiar lines. I'm not quite sure whether that's missed some or I'm not too sure. But that is now seeded with soybean. That front cultivator and rear seeder setup worked quite well, apart from the fact it needs to be restocked, which is a bit of a drawback and a bit of a nuisance, but it was not a real major hassle. Like I say, in the interest of doing something a little bit different, it didn't really hurt. But that is the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. If you want to share the video, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.